I want to talk about Singer. This is the Momento. So a lot of you out there have been looking for a cutting machine, and you want a cutting machine that really there's no limitations on. Well, this is their extra large. It has a 24-inch project surface work area. So total accuracy from Singer, total precision, all your cutting. It has a beautiful extra large LCD screen so you can see what you're doing. Built-in Wi-Fi LED light. It comes with a couple of blades. We are doing it at $200 off. My producer is Pat. He said, actually, we don't have 180, we have 167 or something like that. So this is gonna go quick on sale. You can break up the payments. Pat, would you figure out what the 12-month payment thing is for me, since I'm not? $41 to get it home. Carly Olds is with us, and I'm excited to get to work with you. I've never gotten to work with you before.
I know, it's my first time here.
This is very, very exciting, and just by looking at it, I can tell I'm not gonna be limited by the size of my cutting machine.
The Momento is big and beautiful, and it's for everyday moments. There's so much you can do with it, whether you're using it for heat transfer vinyl, making, for instance, last-minute Halloween costumes, or t-shirts,
quilts.
Cutting out a variety of materials from, cork to vinyl,
leather,
suede. But there's just so much more beyond that because we have an amazing technology at Singer. We've developed our software. It's called mySewnet. There's so many components of it, but we just launched earlier this year an exciting new software integration. It's called mySewnet Quilting, and it's fully compatible with the Singer Momento. And there's nothing else on the market like this. So if you're into quilting or you're wanting to start quilting, this is a great tool to utilize.
It is. It's really a luxury step in the right direction if you want to grab it, but you're not, like we said, you're not limited. You can do all those different things that Carly mentioned. So let's get into it. How do we get started?
So the Momento has fabric cutting in mind. So before I actually, fully demo the cutting, I want you to pull up, I'm gonna show you the magic of the Momento. Pull up the edge of this fabric here and just reveal some of these shapes to show how precise it cuts. If you wanna just pull up the extra fabric, just like this, to kind of show. Now, right now, it might look like, a rectangle and some squares, but if I were to grab my little tool here and kind of show you how you can start pulling up the shapes. But these triangles, so think about quilts. Tons of shapes, squares, triangles, hexagons. Those are hard to cut by hand. And
you want them to be perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with the mySewnet quilting software, not only can you cut all these shapes, and you can go in and fully design the quilt to start. So if you're looking for creativity and you don't know how to get started in such a thing, if you look at the screen, you'll see you can go in, you can customize, you can pick the style of block you want, how many blocks you want. If you want to make just one block, turn it into, for instance, I have up here a little, I made one quilt block and I turned it into a little drawstring bag, or this one, which I turned into a pet bandana. There's so many things you can do if you don't even want to make a full-size quilt. These quilts here were all cut on the Momento.
Crazy.
So much time saved. You can load up your mats, go do some laundry, do your dishes, whatever it need to be, well, your machine is doing that hard work for you.
Right, because you're always, when you think about quilts, you think, oh wait, that's way up there on the level of crafting. But if you have a machine like this, it's doing all the work for you.
Complete game changer and cuts shapes. So, so normally it is Wi-Fi capable. I don't have my computer up here. You can use it on your laptop or your tablet. So I've already saved a favorite design, one of these shapes here, to just kind of show you. I have a rotary cutter in here, but you can also use markers. There's so many things I could dive into.
You get two cutters, right?
Yes.
Okay, two blades.
Yes, a rotary blade and then a basic blade, which is for, your vinyl, your permanent vinyl, heat transfer. So I've already saved it. I put it in. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit cut design, and it has this great screen here that shows you the progress. It's loading. It should be connected to the HSN Wi-Fi right now, so we'll give it a beat here. But it's the technology, and it's really quiet. And you can see it saves fabric. That's another thing I love when you're cutting up these shapes. If you're cutting fabric by hand, a lot of times you have all these scraps that you kind of waste based on how you measure it out. This is gonna cut the triangles right up next to each other, and it's exact precision. I can't tell you the amount of times, I'm actually new to quilting, and I kind of got a little bit of a cheat to it because I started using the Momento my first time jumping into quilting. And when I had done quilts by hand before, you can slide your rotary cutter, and if it slides off just an 1 inch, which is very common, your measurements can get off.
And then the whole thing is just, yeah, it's wacky quilt. It doesn't, yeah, it's not going to be a good shape.
It gives you a way to not only get started with this type of creativity and quilting, but, you know, it's so precise. And if you look at
that's so neat to watch.
if you look at this hat here, this is a quilt block I designed. It's the smallest size you can make it, which is 3 by 3. But these tiny little triangles, these would be so hard to cut by hand.
Right.
These were all cut on the Memento and just the exact precision. So, I mean, honestly, you can't go wrong with that.
I love that it's very, very quiet. Remember, this is Singer. All right, it's top of the line all the way. All right, and when you are using it, again, hard to make a mistake because the machine is literally, it's perfect the way it works. In conjunction, like we said, with your computer, whatever designs that you're printing out, and it's quiet. I mean, it's
so
really quiet.
You would honestly forget it's running. And
so what is it doing right here? Is it just
it has a rotary cutter, and it's going around. It's turning and twisting
Making all
and
those
cutting the
cuts.
exact shapes. Another thing I want to say about mySewnet is it has that step-by-step instructions and tutorials. So for instance, this hexagon bee inspired pillow that I made, I cut all of those hexagons on the Memento. You know, you go in and it will tell you first, load the mat with your white fabric. You cut out all your white shapes. Then you load the next color, and it takes you through step by step. So I had done that as my first project, and after you're done, it also tells you not only how to load the Memento, the mats, all of that, it tells you the process going further to sew it together, even to put the pillow together.
The size of it is great too because you really have a nice large working space here. So it's not like you're trying to cramp everything in and forcing things. You got plenty of space, and also it's all lit up. Hard to tell because we have our overhead lighting on, but this is all lit up right here too, so you can see all the cutting going on.
So now it's done. So I'm just gonna close it out and eject my mat. Just like that, so now it's released. So again, the magic of the Memento where I pull it up and I just reveal all of the shapes. I wanted to not cut a whole mat because I wanted to kind of show you the variation of just how you can load up the shapes. Now these mats are sticky, so that's the reason why this is the fabric mat. It has the right amount of stickiness for different types of fabric. And included with the bundle today, you get a fabric mat, which doesn't normally come with the machine. It also comes with a standard mat, which is the gray one. And it also includes some vinyl and transfer paper to help you get started. So if you are brand new and you just get one, you're like, what do I do? It will give you kind of a place to jumpstart and try out some projects.
So everything is included as you go. You just obviously just supply whatever it is you want to cut, and you'll be good to go. So again, this is on VIP financing. So and you're not going to pay. It's like $28 to ship. Everything at the top of the shipping chain is $7.50. You won't spend more than that on anything in your cart today. So you're getting it for a fraction of the price there. We took $200 off the price. Pat, what did you say? It was $41 on VIP financing. I'm down to about 160 machines. If you would like to get this, obviously, you know, you're going to need room to put it in wherever your crafting area is, but you will love it once you get it there because you're not limited by the size of the project that you can do. And we're just showing you some of our footage of how it works. And that, I mean, look at that. It's so precise.
So another thing I want to show you, obviously fabric is a main component. You can do quilting, so many things with it. But I want to show you, if you look at this little custom card, my sister's actually literally getting married this Friday, going to her wedding. So if you see I made some bachelorette stuff. If you have last minute trips, party favors, the Memento's great for that. But I made a little mock wedding invitation. There's so many things you can make custom invites, because you can also draw with it. You can use a marker. If you don't want to sign a bunch of pieces of paper, you can use the pen function. So I'm going to kind of load in another mat here and show you. Now these are the pinch wheels. So you just raise them up first to load your mat. So I'm just going to slide it on in.
Get it started and then lock it.
Pop it down, load my mat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a marker. I took out my rotary cutter, and then on this other side, it's for markers. So I'm just going to, now we have several types of markers and pen you can use. I'm going to use this thicker marker on this side. Now, I did save it again to the favorites, so hopefully it goes through and go back to my favorites. And I wrote crafting with Guy, because you're the craft guy.
Yes, I am the craft guy. It's true. People know. What are you laughing at over there? Aaron, they know. I make candles, did you know that?
Really?
I make candles, so that puts me in the crafting
What's your
world.
go-to scent?
Well, I do one that's kind of like a beach smell, which is coconut lime, and then I do holiday ones, so I do like the warm spice. I do all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been doing that for years. Anyway, I love the feeling you get when you make something.
Yes,
And then when you give it to somebody, it's even better, right?
last minute, greeting cards. Thanks HSN, here's a card I made. But you can see it's writing out with the marker, crafting with Guy. So it's super easy if you want to make custom, you don't want to sign a bunch of letters, go ahead, load in your paper.
Or your handwriting sucks.
Yes,
and you don't want
exactly.
everybody to see that you still draw like an 11-year-old. So, but look at that. It's identical, it's perfect. Oh, see, I love stuff like this. Makes life so easy, and it looks great, right?
And again, it's so quiet.
And you talked about with the software that you guys have, I mean, there's so much you can,
Oh my gosh.
you can do.
I will tell you, the integration with the quilting is truly amazing. It's brand new. There's nothing like it, and it's truly amazing, especially the aspect of designing your own quilt. And if you're an experienced quilter and you're like, I don't need that, but there's other quilt designs in there that are more advanced, and you can kind of make it your own, or you can pick ones that are pre-designed.
It's very similar to our today, especially with our sewing machine from Janome. It's one of those ones that. Don't be intimidated by it. It is actually easier than some of the old cutters that you would have to do a lot of things manually. Everything is really done for you. And with that software, you've got so many different options of different types of projects that you can work on. But, one thing I have learned with working with a lot of the crafters is that, listen, nobody is going to be perfect. But if you can start off with a machine that gets you there, does the hard part, which is the cutting and making sure that everything is symmetrical, right? Everything is perfect. That's really what makes the rest of the job a heck of a lot easier. Look, you did it. Now, did we cut it or we just drew on it?
I was just showing the writing aspect. Now, I did have one more mat prepared. I was gonna maybe cut some shapes.
Yeah, we got a couple minutes. Go ahead.
But
I like that you're showing how easy it is to load up, too.
yes. And with the bundle, these are the mats included, but we do have other mats as well. Actually, I need to.
Does it go up or down?
Just first, you gotta pop it up to get slotted in, and then
I got you.
load it and hit
See, that's
load.
me. I'm trying to do stuff on my own over here. All right, and there it is.
But the size of it is great too. Like I actually wanted to make a custom sign. Like if you have a small business, you can make those big signage, for outdoors.
Rather than paying somebody to do it. Right.
I think hold on, let me do that one more time.
All right, listen, I know we are just about out of time. I hear that music playing, but I wanted to remind everybody that if you don't pick this up now, midnight tonight, it goes back up to $699, and by then we'll probably have maybe 100 machines left. If you would like it, item number is 864392, and don't forget it's about $41 if you want to use Flex, the VIP with your HSN credit card. Carly, great job.
Thank you.
That was fun. Well, when I saw it, I was kind of like, whoa, that's intimidating, but when I'm watching you use it, it's not.
You could use a Memento to make custom little labels for your candles.
Yeah.
I mean, so many things you can do with a Memento.
You piqued my interest right there. All right, if you'd like to get it again, we have it on sale today. Carly, great job. It's good to see you. Thanks so much. Nice to work with you.
Okay.
Hey, we have a secret sale.